was read you what this tornado warning was issued for. So we have a couple of storms, 2 tornado warnings out for parts of southwest Kentucky, Christian County and Todd County. And we're talking this, again, these tornado warnings are stacked right on top of each other. So I'm going to try to break these down one by one. So here's the first cell. This is this first tornado warning, this is the more northern tornado warning. This is going to go until 1:30. So we have another 12 minutes left on this tornado warning. And this is, again, going to be in parts of Christian County. This is eastern Christian County right here. And then that one just south of that, that tornado warning is going to go until 1:45, so a little bit longer for the runtime on that tornado warning. Again, 1:45 for Christian County, or this one is mainly for Christian County and Todd County right here. This one does include Oak Grove, Barker's Mill, St. Elmo, Trenton, all included within these tornado warnings. Anderson included in that tornado warning. There's a lot of lightning popping up right here trying to read these names. So if you're anywhere within any of these tornado warnings, I'm actually going to make this lightning go away so we can get a little bit better look at this. So Fairview included in that tornado warning, Liberty, Claymore, Sharon Grove, any of these areas. If you live within these areas, you need to go ahead and get in your safe place. So that's going to be the lowest floor of whatever building you're in. Go to that. The most interior room too. If you have any storm shelter, that's going to be a good idea for you as well. Both of these are actually radar indicated rotations. So this hasn't been confirmed. No storm spotters or anybody has actually had eyes on these tornadoes. I'm going to zoom out real quick and switch screens so I can read you what the National Weather Service is talking about. So again, here's the 2 warnings that we're looking at. This is for southern Kentucky, Christian County, and parts of Christian County, the southeastern part of Christian County, on up into the more western areas of Todd County included within this tornado warning. So we're talking this the line of storms that just moved out of Montgomery County here in Tennessee up into Christian and Todd counties, and those have now strengthened over the past few radar scans, and they started to show their signs of rotation, and that's why the National Weather Service issued those 2 tornado warnings for that area. And it's actually the southern one, the one that goes until 1:45 that we were looking at, that is showing a little bit signs of stronger rotation. And we're also looking at the area of rotation. It's just continuing to show a little bit of strengthening on that latest scan, and we've actually seen it on the past few radar scans too. So we're going to take a look at the wind products here on radar, and we're going to try to show you where that rotation's at. So this is basically showing us the winds going towards the radar and away from the radar. So where we see that green right there, those are the winds going towards the radar. And we are on the Paducah radar right now. So that radar is going to be up a little bit to the northwest of here. Again, this is that area of rotation that we're watching. That's going to keep on pushing to the northeast. And this is moving northeast at 50 miles an hour. So this storm itself is moving very fast to the northeast. And let's see, we're also talking hail possibly less than 3/4 of an inch as well. So again, we're going to try to switch. I'm having to switch back and forth between several different things right here, but we're going to go ahead and switch it over to the reflectivity mode again. And you can see this right here. We do have the heavy rainfall, and we've also been seeing a little bit of lightning with this too. We're going to go ahead and turn the lightning back on. So again, if you're anywhere within this area, this is southeastern Christian County on over into Todd County, you need to be in your safe place. We're going to put zoom in so we can get some more of these names listed on here. So if you're in Trenton, Bradshaw, Elkton, Fairview, Brittmart, Liberty, Claymore, anywhere within those areas, you're going to want to go ahead and be in your safe place. Also, not a bad idea down there, Oak Grove, Barker's Mill, St. Elmo, anywhere in those locations, you need to go ahead and get to that safe place. And again, that is going to be the lowest floor of whatever building you're in the most interior room. Try to put as many walls between you and the outside of whatever building you're in between you as possible. I'm going to check the National Weather Service chat, just see if we've had any more updates on any of this, and so far no more updates. And again, that southern cell, it started to build up pretty quickly, so that's why we're seeing this is actually 2 tornado warnings. So that's what we're looking at right there. So okay, there actually has been an update. We're talking in the National Weather Service chat. We're actually seeing the rotation now on the Christian and Todd County line, and it actually has shown a little bit of weakening, and it's kind of gotten a little bit more broad too since the last radar scan. So hopefully that trend continues. Again, these are not confirmed tornadoes. These are radar indicated rotation tornadoes. So basically the National Weather Service saw the rotation on the radar, decided to go ahead and issue that tornado warning for these two areas of rotation. Still at, let's see, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located about 3 miles southwest of Elkton, and that's still moving to the northeast, all at 50 miles an hour. So both of these storms themselves are moving out of here pretty quickly. I'm just going to keep on checking to see if we have any more updates. Still no updates so far. Want to go back and check the winds just one time. And here's that area of rotation that we were talking about. I'm circling it right there with the mouse. So right there where you see those reds and greens butting up against each other. But again, that rotation not looking really quite as tight as it was earlier. We are still seeing some of those signs of weakening. So for right now, we're going to go ahead and get you back to programming. We're going to check and see if any more information comes out with these two tornado warnings. And we're going to be breaking back in if we have to when any more updated information comes out.
There was once a tenant named Schwaben.
With no windows. Now they're talking about that it is Doppler radar indicated, but they are a little bit concerned with it. So let's get in here and examine it and look right at it for you so you guys can see exactly what's going on here. So again, we've got two areas. This is the second area, and actually now as I look at it a little better, it's just covered. It's right here near Trenton. If you're near Trenton, if you're near 41, near Cemetery Road, Howard Dixon Road, or Dickerson Road, Mums Road, it's right over you right now. It's on the west side of Trenton. It's moving towards Basham Road. Let's see, near Herman Road, Old Railroad. I would tell you right now, if you live in these areas here, you need to start taking your tornado precautions, going down to the lowest level center of a room with no windows. Again, this is the concern right in this area here. There's two areas of concern, really. One to the north, one to the south, kind of following each other here. And as we put it back on the radar, and you can see this, we've got several, lightning strikes with this. It's very heavy-duty storm activity that's happening as we watch this storm in particular. We've also got a severe thunderstorm warning that just got issued. This is going to go on top of what we've already seen, probably following this one. Yeah, indeed. And they're going to keep it with the tornado possible tag. So they're saying that the rotation at the Christian Todd line showing some signs of weakening or broadening out. So they're going to take it to a severe thunderstorm warning once it pushes into Logan County. So again, we're going to be watching that for you as well. So we've got a lot going on here tonight. We've got hail with these storms too. By the way, you can see that hail core right over Elkton, right near Pembroke. And then we've got the severe thunderstorm warning as well. So lots to talk about. Let's get right to it. I want to just show you again the areas that we were both watching. There's two of them. They are saying that this one to the north, I guess, the one right near Elkton is broadening out a bit. So that's some good news, I would say. It's right in this area here that they've been watching it. Yeah, it does look like it's broadening out just a bit. It looks like both of them may be broadening out just a touch, which would be great news. But, of course, you need to take your tornado precautions for now, right now, because all of this is heading to the north and east and will be in your neighborhood soon. So, again, Christian, Todd counties. If you live in those counties right now, I really need you to take your tornado precautions. This is in effect, again, for another 20 minutes or so. And again, this is for that area if concerned, because we were watching this storm. It kind of coupled up pretty quickly. And so we want to make sure that if you know anyone in these areas that you think might be asleep, to give them a phone call, wake them up, because this is, a serious situation. It's 1:26 in the morning, so most folks are already asleep, and we're already seeing a tornado warned storm. So again, talking about everything. Nashville right now, nice and quiet. Again, most of Middle Tennessee, nice and quiet at this point. It was a storm that moved over Montgomery County and then lifted into Christian and Todd County and really started to intensify and started to wrap up and rotate as it moved into Christian and Todd County. So that's why we've got these two red polygons. You see this one for Todd County, the other one for parts of Christian County too, as we have two areas that we're watching. You see the one right near Elkton, the other one just now east of Pembroke, moving towards Elkton though again. But this one here is starting to broaden out a bit. So is this one a little bit. So we'll be watching both of them. That being said, we're under this tornado warning and you need to take your tornado precautions. Going down to the lowest level, center of a room with no windows, preferably a bathroom, a basement. Please do it. Please take it seriously. It's a fast moving storm. This is moving north and east at about 50 miles an hour. It's nighttime. You're not going to see it unless there's a lightning flash. And again, this is pushing towards Lewisburg. So I would tell you, Elkton, if you're not sheltering in place, you need to do that now, because not only do you have this one rotation, you got a secondary one just north of Trenton that's headed your way too. So stay in place, stay in your safe zone. If you're in Elkton, please do so. We've got one more area to watch as it goes over you. Lewisburg, I would tell you, start taking your tornado precautions. Even though you're under the severe thunderstorm warning, it doesn't mean that a tornado could not happen. It even has the tornado possible tag associated with it. Again, moving north and east at about 50 miles an hour or so. Justice seeing this in about a minute or so. Hopefully you're taking your tornado precautions. Deer Lick 133 in just about 5 minutes or so. Less than 10 minutes for Lewisburg. So that's when you want to get downstairs. You want to get in the bathroom. You want to get in the interior hallway. You want to get in the closet. Do it now. And if you have any friends or family members you think that live up there that may be asleep, give them a call, text them, wake them up. Let them know that this is happening. Lost City 138. We want to get used to this because unfortunately we're going to be dealing with several rounds of strong storms. Then we've got the secondary one just north of Trenton now, just east of Pembroke, but this is again heading towards Elkton. So Elkton, do not move from your safe zone yet. And then we've got this severe thunderstorm warning that has now been issued out ahead of it in northern Logan County here for wind gusts to 60, of course, quarter-inch hail, lots of lightning with the storm, and it looks like that lightning is actually jumping up a bit. The other story is this, that even though it's a severe thunderstorm warning, the tornado possible tag is still with it. So again, I'm going to just zoom down, get a little bit tighter here, and just talk about some roads as we're talking about the potential for a tornado warning. And this again is in effect for another 15 minutes or so. So we'll be watching it all very carefully for you. We do have that tornado warning. It did get canceled, I think, for Christian County. So it's moved out of Christian County, but now Todd County, you're under the gun for this. So we're going to be watching that carefully. These are the two areas of concern. I'm going to zoom into them. The first one here is about to cross into Logan County. As you can see here, let's look at some street names here. It's right over Mount Sharon Road. This is still in Todd County. Lawson Hester Road, Thomas Road, P Ridge Sharon Grove Road, Paul Hurt Road. Again, moving towards Lewisburg, north and east now of Elkton, but Elkton, you're about to get hit again. And this is the one that I would say is the tighter rotation. So Elkton, please shelter in place right now. It's going towards Airport Road, if not over it right now. Bells Chapel Road, Davis Mill Road, Powell Road, Dixon Road, Elkton Trenton Road. Please, 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 if I'm saying your street name, get down to your safe zone. You want to get down to your, first of all, let me just show you this again, your lowest level, room with no windows, preferably a bathroom, a basement, an interior closet. Make sure you protect your head and neck. That's really, really important. You do just that. We're watching these storms in particular here, and we've got several of them that we're watching right now. We're also, they just also issued now a aerial flood advisory. So the other thing with this is if there is a tornado, you're not going to see it because it's probably going to be rain wrapped because we've got heavy rain falling down. They've seen anywhere from about 1 to 2 inches of rain, I believe, maybe even more than that at this point. Yeah, 1 to 2 inches. So that can lead to some ponding on the road. So if you don't have to drive, don't. And really just be careful with all this that's happening as we speak. So again, we are watching the two areas of concern here. I'm going to circle this for you so you can see it again. This one is a little bit tighter, I would tell you, towards Elkton, to the west of Elkton right now. So it's right over Davis Mill Road, Millen Road. I'll circle it for you so you can kind of see this. Just south of 68. That's where the area that is tornado warned right now, and I can see why, because you see the green, that's the wind going to the radar, the red is the wind going away. When you see it linking up like that, that is not necessarily a good thing. And if we put it into motion and just show you it's going straight over Elkton, and Russellville would probably get clipped by this as well. So Elkton, you've got about 2 minutes before this rotation is literally on top of you. Remember, it's pouring rain. We've got an aerial flood advisory now, so you're not going to see it. If there is a tornado on the ground, you need to pretend like it's actually happening and get down to your lowest level center of a room. Sanders Field, it's really right on top of you right now. Daysville, 138 is when it'll get to you. Justice, about 140. Danbury, 147. And then Russellville, you're going to see this around 148. Remember, this is in the morning hours when a lot of folks are sleeping. So if you know anyone in Elkton and you're thinking, hey, I need to call them, please. Text them. Let them know that this is happening because there's a tight area of rotation about to move in on top of them. So we want to make sure people are being safe, especially because a lot of folks probably went to bed thinking, okay, we probably will have, you know, some storms out there, but they won't be too bad. This one is wrapping up and it's pretty tight here. So we've got, again, the one just south of Elkton, about to move over Elkton. It's over Davis Mill Road. It's near B. White Road, David Hightower, Global Avenue, Stratton Road, Pond River Road, near 68, just south of 68. And then we've got this other one that's about to push in really into Logan County, but this one is not as tight right now, I would say, as it pushes in. Now, there's still a tornado possible tag with this one, but again, it doesn't look as tight. This is on the north side of Elkton now, pushing out of Elkton, really. It's near Pea Ridge, Sharon Grove Road, W. Wells Road, Thomas Road, Holland Road, Owen Martin Lane, Antioch Church Road, Cole Bank Road. Again, this is near Todd County, where Todd County hits Logan County. And Logan County right now, this area would be moving towards Lewisburg. I'm just going to look real quick just to see, too, if there's any debris signature being picked up by any of these. Near Elkton, it looks like there might be something trying to pop here. Let me look again at the rotation. Yeah, I would say there might even be debris that's happening here. I'm looking at this. Let me see if they're saying anything about that as well. We need to be careful with this for sure. This one in particular here, right over Elkton. Folks, if you're in Elkton, please, please, please go down to the lowest level center of a room with no windows. The actual area of rotation is right over downtown Elkton as we speak. It is crossing over 68. Folks, please, if you know anyone there, tell them to shelter in place. Go down to the lowest level center of a room with no windows, because I can tell you the greens are getting a little bit brighter. The reds are getting a little bit brighter. And when I was looking at the debris tracker, it looked like there could have been something being lofted in the air, meaning there could be a tornado on the ground. So I really need you to take this seriously. This one in particular right here in Elkton, and I will put a storm tracker on this one. I will go into the street mode right now just to talk a little bit more about this one, because it's making me a little bit more nervous here. I want to show you the debris tracker, because that's the other thing you can see. Yes, you can see a little bit of bright coloring happening right here, some speckles just to the north and east of Elkton. So that could be some stuff being lofted. We'll have to see if that actually is adding up. That being said, it's this area right in here. As I talk about streets, this is where the rotation would be, right near North Allen Street in Elkton, West Shelby Avenue, Stratton Road. It would be just south of 68 or right over 68 near Old Quarry Road, Morningside Drive, South Streets Avenue, Airport Road. Please, folks, it's right over Elkton right now, and they are issuing a tornado warning and continuing it, so they're concerned too here, guys. This is that same cell that I was telling you about that they're watching. They're going to issue it and continue it and moving it at north and east at about 45 miles an hour. So, folks, this is serious. You know, we got to take this seriously, because even though we don't know if this is on the ground, it looks like it potentially could be on the ground now. As we were looking at the debris tracker and seeing some debris potentially being lofted in this cell. So again, we'll have to watch this carefully. It looks like, yeah, it looks like it's trying to pick up some debris right in here, right near Old Allensville Road. So folks, please, please, please take your tornado precautions with this cell here. We're watching it in particular. It's right over Elkton right now. It's about to move north and east of Elkton. Once it moves north and east of Elkton, it is going to head towards Logan County, okay? So again, circling this one for you so you can see this here. Moving towards Logan County, probably just south of the Lewisburg area. It won't go as north as the other spot will. Let me just do a quick storm tracker. It's going to go right over probably Daysville, Justice. Daysville, you're pretty much, it's on top of you too now, or just north of you. Justice is going to be right on top of you in about 3 minutes. Hopefully, Elkton folks, you're taking your tornado precautions, going down the lowest level of room with no windows, because it's definitely a serious thing that's happening right now. We've never gotten, in fact, anything yet to say that the southern rotation looks best. Yeah, they're talking about the southern rotation. So this area in particular here, moving towards Daysville, 137. So 1 minute to get to your safe zone. Please do it now. Justice, you're about 2 or 3 minutes away. Then Danbury, 146. Cooperstown, 148. Homer, about 151. So again, watching this storm here, I'm going to circle it for you again so you can see this. It's over Elkton right now. If I put a storm tracker on this one, and again, it looks pretty good. It's going this way. It's going to the north and east. It is in effect, this tornado warning now until 2 o'clock in the morning. 2 o'clock in the morning, folks. So we have to watch for this one in particular. This is the one that is of concern. You need to take your tornado precautions going down to the lowest level, center of a room with no windows. If you live north and east of Elkton, you need to do it now. If you know anyone that's in Elkton, hopefully you've called them to tell them to take their tornado precautions and stay there for now, because that center is right over them. This is headed towards Claymore in about a minute, headed towards Justice in about 2 to 3 minutes. Crossroad, you see this at about 5 minutes or so. Danbury, 148. Lewisburg, about 149. And then you'll see this in Chandler's Chapel at about 156. So again, moving to the north and east. There's that other area of rotation here, but it looks like it's broadening out as it moves into Logan County. But Logan County, I would tell you to be more concerned with this one. That being said, you still should be taking your tornado precautions if you live in Lewisburg right now, because you've got one area coming at you that's a little bit more broader, but then you've got this other area that's more defined at this point, and that tornado warning has been reissued and issued until 2 o'clock in the morning. So the time right now, just to let you guys know, is at 1:37. So we were watching for that for sure, and we're seeing that. And I'm looking at things too as they come in from the storm tracker chat, just to let you guys know. But they are watching this storm in particular. They're talking about lightning too, which if you guys have been outside, you know that there's a lot of lightning with these storms. So just a heads up. There's also a lot of rain with these storms. In fact, I believe, yeah, this storm also does have, just so we show you this too real quick, that it does have a flood advisory attached to it. So again, if you are in this area, do not drive. The other thing is, this tornado, if it is on the ground, it's going to be rain wrapped for sure, because we've got that flood advisory in effect until 4 in the morning. Just to expand out and show you exactly what's happening here, because I know folks are waking up and saying, why is she on TV right now? Well, the reason is this. We've got a tornado warning for Todd County at this point. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag now that's been extended into Logan County. So it's this area in particular right here we are watching. Now, this cell originally started around Montgomery County. It was, you know, a good cell, a lot of lightning with it, but it was not rotating. The minute it moved into Todd and Christian County, it started to rotate, and that's why we're coming to you, and we're going to stay with it until the tornado warning is over. It is 1:39 in the evening. If you know anyone living in Todd County and near the Elkton area and to the east and northeast of Elkton, please call them and let them know there's a tornado warning for their area, and they need to get down to the lowest level center of a room with no windows. We need to take it seriously. This is just one round of 3 we're going to be dealing with as we head into the morning hours today, and then into the afternoon and even evening. So any storm can rotate. It's been warm outside. You noticed it. It's also soupy. We've got a lot of moisture in the air, and we've got a lot of spin. So there's a lot going on. Nashville right now, good and quiet. Most of Middle Tennessee, good and quiet. It's up in southern Kentucky we're watching. There's also some storms now starting to pop out west that we'll have to watch in Henry and Carroll County to see if any of those start to spin as well, because the ingredients are there for that to actually happen. And they were talking about the severe weather threat will continue as we head into this evening and continuing into even tomorrow morning, or this morning, since it's already this morning, excuse me. So again, going through this just to show you again what we're talking about. A tornado warning now has been extended. It's a smaller area, but it's in effect until 2 in the morning. We then got that severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag. That's in effect until 2 in the morning as well. What we're watching is we had 2 areas move in. The first area now is really over Lewisburg. So Lewisburg, hopefully you've taken your tornado precautions, and I'll just circle it for you so you can see right here. It's the green and the red. The green is the wind going to the radar. The red is the wind going away. When you see it linking up like this, there can be possible rotation. Now, it's pretty broad base in this area right now, But again, let me just look at the debris tracker to see if anything's happening around that area. It's hard to tell, but we are going to be watching that. And I will tell you, it is moving, north and east at about 50 miles an hour. So again, this cell after Lewisburg would be heading towards definitely Sugar Grove by 157. Edwards at about 141 is on top of you right now. Lost City 143. Davis Crossroads, it would be around 153, and then Sugar Grove around 157. But that's just the first area. We've got the secondary area down here. And this is the one that looked a little bit better at one point. Now it looks like it may be broadening out a little bit as it passes by Elkton here, as you can see. But we do have the greens and the reds once again. Now let me just look at the debris tracker too to see if anything's happening there. We did have a little bit of debris when it went over the Elkton area. As you can see, I'll show you this and kind of circle it. Right in here, around 133, there definitely was the potential for that. And it looks like now they're expiring one of the tornado warnings. I don't know if it's all the tornado warnings and just the one big one, but it looks like there was some debris with that one. And let me just see where it is right now. And it looks like there could still be some debris with it, so we'll have to see. Again, this is the one we're watching right in here. This green, this red, it's past Elkton at this point. And we are still going to stay with this because there is that tornado warning for that one particular area here. And I think they're just dropped the one. Okay, so they're dropping the one, and it looks like they've dropped the other one too. So it looks like the tornado warnings now have been dropped. The areas may be getting too broad. I'm just going to ask to make sure of that. But we do still have that severe thunderstorm warning that we're watching as these storms move into Logan County. We've got the one area in Lewisburg area. We've also got the other one that's pushing towards Lewisburg, well, south of Lewisburg towards 431. So again, we've got two areas of concern that we're watching, the one over Lewisburg and the one that's just north and east of the Elkton area at this point that is exiting and pushing into Logan County. So again, we're watching a lot of stuff on Storm Tracker Radar Network right now. We're going to keep you up to speed with what's going on. I will tell you, it looks like they are dropping all of the tornado warnings in Todd County, which is great news. We do have the severe thunderstorm warning with the tornado possible tag in Logan County, and that's until 2 in the morning. So we're going to be watching for that. But folks, as of right now, it looks like all the tornado warnings have been expired at this point. Of course, we're going to have to watch a lot of different storms as we head through the night and into the beginning of the day. And once Megan Thomas gets here, she's going to have a full report on Good Morning Nashville and keep you up to speed with what's going on. So for now, we are going to let you go back to programming, but you can join me for a Facebook Live.
This has been a News 2 Weather Alert.
My firm has been offering